What's going on, my lovelies? It's Kyle here. So today I want to do another segment of This is the Way with a featuring video and teacher, Clark Kegley. He puts out this hypothesis, which is very important, of upgrading from the Trinity of mind, body, spirit to a new quadrinity, adding a fourth side here. Now, what is that side? I'm going to let Clark reveal it for you in this little video clip. So I'm first going to show the clip, we're going to watch it together, and then I'm going to tell you why this is important for you, how to apply it in your life, and I'm going to unpack it a little bit. All right? So let's watch the clip and go from there.
Most people think that there's three parts of you: the mind, the body, and the spirit. But if you really think about it, why don't most people get the changes that they want? People focus on their mindset. You watch videos like this, you read books, you meditate. People focus on their body, you follow health and wellness, you go to the gym maybe, you eat clean. I don't think it's three things. I actually think it's four things: mind, body, spirit, shadow. Once I started working on some shadow work and some inside stuff that I didn't really want to look at, I noticed that my life started to change.
So, as Clark is saying, well, this new fourth side is shadow. Look at that, right behind me. And just as we have these three things, the mind, body, spirit, that we're all aware of, that are very important, that we need to cultivate health with, many people don't acknowledge and don't work with their shadows. But guess what? What's that behind me? It's my shadow. And just like you all, when you're walking out on a summer day with the sun shining down on you, you have a shadow that follows you around all the time. And we can't ignore it. We can't just say that it doesn't exist. It's best to add it to this analogy and this metaphorical aspect, these aspects of ourselves that we view ourselves and other people with. We could break ourselves down into hundreds of different ways, but to just keep it simple with four sides, with a quadrinity, and it's fun to say, right? Quadrinity. It's very important to keep in mind that we all have shadows and that we need to work with our shadows. We need to do shadow work. And I'm going to have a brief outline of why doing shadow work and acknowledging your shadow is oh so important. And as Clark said, he said as he did some shadow work, acknowledged his shadow, his life began to change for the better. Because what happens when we don't acknowledge and do shadow work is that our shadow wreaks havoc on our lives. Our shadow subconsciously controls our behaviors and patterns, holds us back, and also keeps us from integrating aspects of ourselves that are truly us and that can be of benefit for us in our lives. So, just going to do a brief overview. In a later video, I'm going to break down shadow work in much more detail. So if that sounds good to you, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss that video. So first, there's a duality when it comes to shadow work and our shadows. There's aspects of our shadow that we need to release, that we need to let go of, that, aren't truly you. And we want to become deeply aligned with ourselves, deeply aligned with our essence, with our souls. And we want to build ourselves up. We want to become whole, not just compartmentalized, not just segmented, not cutting off the aspects that we don't like. No. You want to become whole and bring health to that whole, because every single part of yourself is beautiful. So we want to release, got my little stick figures here. You want to release these aspects. You want to let them go. And this could be emotional baggage. This could be old traumas that have been influencing your day-to-day life. You might avoid certain events, certain types of people, certain activities because you were traumatized on some level. And now that's understandable. It's there to help you on the surface, but it's also going to hold you back from stepping forth into the world, from stepping forth into your life. to gain more experiences, and to truly set out to what you want to do with your life. So we want to release these things that are weighing us down. And just a quick metaphor. If you envision yourself as a hot air balloon, and we want to rise and ascend more and more and more throughout our lives, get higher and higher and higher, well, at some point, you need to start cutting off those sandbags. You need to start releasing that weight. And sometimes you're tethered to the earth by certain things that literally won't let you go higher. And in order to cut off that weight, to release that weight, and in order to go higher and higher, you're going to have to untether yourself. So this is the important part of releasing. Okay? And then we need to start integrating aspects of ourselves that we have cut off over the years. And once again, this is surface level benefiting you. It's not deep. It's not good. You want to become whole, and you want to call these aspects back to yourself, and or you want to develop these aspects within yourself so you can become the best version of yourself over time. So once again, repressed aspects of yourself that were socialized out of you as a child, or perhaps in your workplace or your friend group. It could apply to a lot of things. And once again, underdeveloped or unconscious aspects of yourself or subconscious aspects of yourself. We want to bring these to our consciousness and work with them, integrate them, make them healthy. Okay? And this is what you want to call these aspects of yourself to become more whole, to unleash more of your potential, and to go back to the hot air balloon analogy. This could be used and viewed as your fuel source. You know, the flame that makes the air lighter and more expansive, so you rise higher and higher, higher. So you need to do both. You need to release the baggage. You need to untether yourselves from things that are literally holding you back, and you're not going to be able to move forward or better yourself until you face those aspects of yourself and let them go. And you need to start integrating, adding more fuel to yourself, adding more power, adding more potential to yourself to become more whole, so you can rise higher and higher and higher to the best version of yourself. And in order to do that, you need to do shadow work. And you might not call it shadow work, but you need to do something that is synonymous to shadow work in order to tap into your full potential. So, once again, to bring this back to Clark Kegley, I want to thank him for bringing up this new concept of the quadrinity, adding shadow there, because this is so important. And I see so many people in their lives that are being held back, that are stifling their own progress, that are self-sabotaging because they're not acknowledging their shadow and they're not doing shadow work. And we can also view this in other people. We need to be aware of other people's shadows so we can navigate it as well. And so we can understand that other people have shadows as well that might act out in a way that isn't beneficial to them and other people. So once again, thank you, Clark, for putting this out there. This is certainly the way, and I want to share this with all of you as well. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would always appreciate a subscribe and a like on the video. No pressure as always. But I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you're at in the world. And until next time.